Hey y'all, it's Melissa. Welcome to MessyMissy Creates. We left trying to do this page the last time. We did this one and this one. And I had said I only got one page done in that last video, and I had gotten two. I had just forgotten about it. But anyway, I also told you I'd get my act together before I did this page, and I was struggling with the dauber colors because I wanted some ink on this page. And I glued this piece down, which I need to add some glue to right there because I don't want to put washi because I don't want to hide that purple. Anyway, so I went back to my old trusty, faithful Distress. I didn't feel like pulling out my regular Distress inks, which is what I prefer. I pulled out my Distress oxides because they were more convenient to pull out. And I inked this page in fossilized amber and crackling campfire, that combination. So it worked well with this, which you're not even going to see, but it still works with, because I was trying to match this kind of yellowish gold right here and that red, because this was one of the new journal cards that I had made. This day. So I wanted to use one of them. And I think I actually have a second one that I could use. This has the ribbon on it. This would be a good pocket one, or I don't know. I'm going to use one of them. So anyway, they match. So I'm happy. This I had flipped over like this, and we were going to do it the same way we did this page, where I flipped over part of it and we glued it down and used it as a pocket and a little tuck. And I think I've decided against that. I think I'm just going to fold this under and glue it, and that gives it a little bit of strength. I could just cut it off, but anyway, it gives it a little bit more strength and just have a pocket. And this way my clip art fits on here. Now I'm going to back that page with something. I still have my red, white, and blue numbers, which we're just going to pretend that they match the page, because this was one of the pages that wasn't locked into red, white, and blue. And again, remind me next July that I'm not going to do that again. We also had some rain, if I can get the rain cloud up, and that's going to go something like this. And then we pulled out, we were getting a new washer and dryer the next day, and we pulled our dryer out. So, we pulled the old appliances out. So I'm going to maybe tuck this in, or flip it in, tip it in. That was the word I was looking for. Tip in. So I'm looking at something like that. So let's put this together. However, I need to glue this down first. Oh, I also thought about putting this flower here, talk about a conglomeration of colors, and then using that as a pocket, in which case I would use this one with the ribbon on top, and that matches, and I could just glue this partially on and then trim off the parts that don't. These are just from the Dollar Tree, the little paper cutouts like this. Anyhow, let me get these back up there. Okay. So that was what I was thinking too. But anyhow, so I'm going to I have some background. And I swear I just had it. I promise. Here we go. Because this would count as a printable too. This was a digital patchwork fabric quilt that I had made, and I thought about cutting it. It's a little bit short, but it would give it some background. It ties in the golds and even the purple, because the chair has purple in it. And then I think the other thing I was going to put up here was this. So I could do that, or I have this background that I made, and it printed wonky. You see the end right here, so it cut off a little bit right here. So it was just a misprint, but it's still a printable. I drew this, and made it digital. Well, I digitally drew it. And I thought I could put that there. And that would give this some background, because I'm pretty sure this is what's going on here. Then I had another idea, because that would have counted as a printable. We're trying to do a printable, remember? Because that's Allison's prompt. I'm sorry, her item of the month challenge. Then I found these from Happy Planner. And I just need to trim a hair off the bottom or top. I would leave the fringe over so that you could see it. And I would glue it right there. But it all starts with me gluing this. So let's do that. So this, we can glue this pocket down. And this is going to be a little tricky. I'm thinking, I want it all glued down, so I'm going to use my glue stick. How do I want it? There, okay. So I want it to that line. I almost just used my art glitter glue and just glued it down because I don't want to accidentally get glue over this line, which I think I just did. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Oops, that wrinkled page might matter. Okay, so now I would use my art glitter glue to, and that goes all the way in there like that. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Do I want to glue the page on first? No, I want to glue this pocket down first. So now I'm going to touch this up while I have my art glitter glue out. I'm going to touch this up so it stays down. I like that fine tip nozzle so that you can get in places that you can't get with glue stick. I knew that being a thicker cardstock, that glue stick was pushing it. But, and then I thought, well, I'll just washi down the middle and hold it, you know, to hold it in. But I didn't want to cover up that purple. And you don't hear me say that very often. But I said it. Okay, so let me throw my glue everywhere. So now I'm just going to glue these edges like this. And we're going to make a pocket. And this little bit of washi that I folded over from the previous page is giving me a fit because there's not much here. I didn't fold it very evenly. So I'm going to see if I can convince it to stay down with some art glitter glue as well. Because I don't want it to come up. Even though we're going to have something glued over it, I don't want it to come up. And then, wow. We're already 8 minutes in. How did that take so long? Okay, come on. Because it takes me 3 minutes to repin my glue. So I think I like this, and here's why. Because, see where it says currently down here? I think I'm going to, I still have to cut off a little bit, but I think I'm going to overlap this thing right here, this chair, so you can still read currently, because I was currently napping. And then the documented up here fits perfectly this little guy right here. So I love this, and I can write on that. It was like the perfect fit, and it matched perfectly, and so I'm going to do it. So let's put some glue all over the, well, let me trim this down a little bit, and I am going to use my trimmer because I want to trim a little off the top and a little off the bottom. Got this backwards. Mainly want to trim off the bottom, I think. And that might be all I have to do. It was just a little sliver long. Little sliver too long. I think that will be fine. I can sliver a little off the top. I'm going to do it off camera. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to do it right here. I just want a sliver. Okay. Alrighty. So let me move this printable out of the way since I decided not to use that. And I had to look high and low for those, and then to decide that what I was going to actually use was right here in front of my face. Isn't that the way it goes? Okay, so now I need glue stick. And I want to make sure not to get it, because here's my pocket. I'm just going to have to be careful. I want to get it all over the edges. And if I need to reinforce it with art glitter glue, that's fine on the edges. I just didn't want to use art glitter glue all over the whole thing and waste all my art glitter glue. So that's going to go here. Like I said, if I need to come back and reinforce some edges, I will. And then this flips, and you'll just see the purple fringe, which in a red, white, and blue journal matches perfectly, right? Okay. So now I technically could use this as a pocket here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use this smile today because it has our golds and purples and pinks, and it fits perfectly. It hides a lot of our orange, background that we were trying to match, but that's okay. I want to get this. This will be easy to put on because it fits perfectly. I don't have to do anything to it. This was the day I made the journaling card, so it goes in the documented section. Whoop, whoop. We're playing slip and slide. And I could have trimmed down the white on that, but it fit perfectly, so I left it alone. Okay, so now this should fit, and I am going to overlap it like I said. I'm almost tempted to trim a little bit off the bottom of the chair so I don't have to overlap it as much. But see, I like that little bit of overlap on a pocket. I think it's kind of cute. So let's do that. Maybe I can trim a hair off the bottom without it looking weird. And then she only has to overhang a little bit. I just liked that it said currently and then I'm napping, okay? I thought that was funny. So I want glue to right about there. I made myself a little crease. And I'm gonna put, nope, I'm gonna do glue stick. Let me see if I can find my crease. There it is. Glue stick on all of this. And I think I can even get right up to that crease with the glue stick. Yeah. Now remind me I've got my cap off my art glitter glue, because what I was gonna do is come down this crease with a little bit of art glitter glue, if I can do it straight, and then that way that's sure not to come up. Or any kind of, I mean, it doesn't have to be art glitter glue, it can just be something with a fine tip nozzle, right? Now I want to see, I want to make sure I don't have any glue spillage. Oops. I'll slide it up a little bit. You can still see the currently. Let's make sure we didn't glue our pocket shut, and we didn't. So I kind of like that running over like that. I think it's fun. And then I have the documented. I have loved these moments. So this isn't just a blank page. I almost inked it the same color. I went ahead and inked this last night so that it would be good and dry. And then I decided I was going to wait and see what moved me this morning as far as what to put here. And I'm glad that I waited, because I wasn't, ooh, I feel like I'm way zoomed in, but I'm not. So let's recap the art glitter glue so it doesn't dry out. and get my glue stick back out and put on these numbers that don't match this page. They match every other page, but not this page. And I used to use a variety of numbers. And I'd pick one every day, and or pick a different one every day, and what matched my page. And there might be some months I go back to that, but ever since I started making my own printables, I've found myself using, I'm hanging over, but it's okay. I found myself using more like full sets for the month. And did I show you my August? I know I did. I showed you my August ones because I wanted them to match that paper, that kind of retro. So these are, some of you have already gotten them out of my Etsy shop. These are going to be my, they match the paper pad retro sunshine that I got from Hobby Lobby, which is, it happens to be right here. So if anybody else wants to follow along with the retro look, and I like it because it just reminds me of bright sunshine. All the yellows and oranges, and August is so sunny and hot here that it just, I don't know. I got on this retro kick for August a couple years ago, and now I can't stop. So here is another set that I made. It's not in my Etsy shop yet. The numbers are a little smaller. They're like 2.5 instead of, well, let's use the right side. They're almost 2 inches. These first few numbers are bigger. I don't know if I'm going to correct that. They're 2.5 inches. These are 2.5 inches also. The last set, if you've purchased from me, sometimes they're 3.5 or 3. These are 2.5. So I made them a little bit smaller. Not much, but a little bit smaller. And then these are kind of the same kind of watercolored look, rainbow look, but more with the yellow, orange, green, and blue, if that's more your color scheme. And then here's the days of the week. I did the same kind of watercolored look on that. So here is this, and I'm going to, and it also comes with some border and sunshines and a beach ball and another border that I drew. And anyway, I thought that would be fun if those are more your color scheme. So those will be in my Etsy shop shortly. That was hard to say. Etsy shop shortly. Okay, so I have that on. Let's see if we can put a rain cloud up here. It's going to overlap the 18, which is fine. I can still read it. That's attached. This is... Hey. If I use this paper, it makes this match. You know what I mean? But I was making pockets with that paper, so I'm not going to. But this has the same colors in it, so it kind of makes it match. So if I put that here, if I kind of make a little pocket out of that and a tab here, but I'm tempted not to use that and just tip this in. And then I have my rain cloud here because I was so tired. My notes say, so tired and unmotivated, rain. I did make the video about the journaling cards, and that night my husband came home. We were scheduled for, they did text us and tell us we had an 8 a.m. scheduled delivery, or an 8 to 12 window. So it was possible that it was at 8 a.m. So we decided to move out everything the night before, so we didn't have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and move out the old washer and dryer, because we did not have them pick it up. One, it was $50 a piece, each item. And two, my friend needed the dryer, and the dryer was still working fine. So the washer works too. It was time for a new washer. So that's going either in my sale or something. So I may not use this. I may just tip this in, and then I can write under here too. I mean, I have plenty of writing space. But I don't know, what do you think? If I put this here, then this really doesn't have room. You know what I'm saying? So, because if that tips in, that can't be glued right there. It could be glued back here. You'd never see it. So let's just do without that. We'll have plenty of opportunities to use those next month. So I'm going to glue this down right here. And then we're going to tip in this little journaling card. And then I'm going to have to make some more of those for August. Oh, and I have, well, I was going to say I have my August book picked out. I'm trying really hard to not start off behind, meaning I would like to have my August journal made before August, or at least on the 1st. There we go. See, this page came together. I just needed a night to sleep over it, right? Well, it's been a couple days, but that's okay. Now I need washi. Oh, and I still need a printable. Yikes. That was a printable. That's my printable. Lorraine. I forgot who it's from. I think it's Brooke's, but I'm not sure because I've already cut it from the page, but I'm pretty sure it's Brooke's. Let me know if I'm not correct. This one says Hello Sunshine, and though it matches, it doesn't really make sense with the rain here. So I have my new washi that I haven't gotten to play with yet. This was in my last haul from Hobby Lobby. And I was thinking this one, but I don't want to dump them all out just yet. Here, let's look from the behind. I like that one. This one may work right here. So we may use this if I can get this one out by itself. There's not anything purple in here. I don't have a lot of purple washi, which I don't do a lot of purple, period. But I think this one will match fine. I'm not going to tip it over. And I don't even think I'm going to use clear tape. Let me, oh, I don't have the clear tape in here, so I can't use the clear tape. I was wrapping presents because we had a birthday party yesterday. My great niece, the one that had the baby, her and her fiance are, their birthdays are very close to one another. So they had a joint birthday party at their house. And it was a brunch, and it was really sweet. They had little waffle stacks, little miniature waffle stacks. They were like this, and there was two together with two toothpicks, so you could just jab them easily. And let me get this right up to the edge, or pretty close to it. Well, it's there. I think it matches okay. It's good enough for what we're doing, right? And that right there. And I can always write on the back of it if I want. There we go. And that page is done. And so for the item of the month challenge, printables, which is for July, Allison at AJ's Inspired Life. That's her challenge, and she invites you to share in her challenge. So that's my printable. And I have all kinds of writing space. I have writing space here. I have a pocket, which means I have endless writing space. And then I even have, you know, currently napping, love these moments, documented, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So now we're going to flip the page. That ink did curl the page pretty good. But, okay, so I covered up my notes. Let's see what we can get done. Now we're back to kind of a red, white, and blue page. Doesn't have to be all red one. It's just red bicycles. And, oh, we started off the morning with the washer and dryer delivery. I printed these big, maybe a little bit bigger than I thought. And I don't know why I printed out pink, kind of peachy pink, whatever, but I did. So again, we have a white page, but this was me mopping the floor underneath, because we had pulled out the washer the night before and we kind of swept it up, but we were tired because it was just, you know, we just were tired that night. So we left that for the morning. So when they texted like 7:45 and said, we're on the way. Because, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, it says 8 to 12, which that probably means 10 or 12. And, oh no, they were right on time, or right on target. And I've got this Lowe's delivery. I don't have a printable yet for this day, so I've got to pick that out. And yes, I printed all of these, but they're more clip art. I'm trying to use printables that were designed to be printables in my challenge. If you're wondering why I'm not stressing over it. I'm just choosing to do the challenge in the spirit it was intended. Meaning the reason why Allison is doing this is because she's trying to use her stash. And so if you have a stash of printables that you haven't used yet, that's the idea, is to use your stuff. Use what you have. Now, I have printed, oh, and I wasn't even in frame, I'm sorry. I have printed up new printables here and there as I've needed one or something like that. But for the most part, I've used ones that I've already had printed, because I've printed like the full set. Like if somebody has a kit, like a printable kit, I have used, you know, part of it and didn't use all of it, kind of thing. And so I'm trying to use the remainder of what I have out of those kits, but I also want it to be cohesive with the page too. So but you don't have to. I mean, you can put a printable of a cat right here if you wanted. The idea is just to use what you have. Now, if you don't have access to printables, we've talked about this earlier in the month, there are some free printables available. I had one on my Facebook page group, or my Facebook group, and I know that Brooke, Recreations by Brooke, she puts out free printables every Friday, or almost every Friday. And let's see, what else? Oh, we got a lot to put on this day. So we got the washer and dryer in. They were pretty quick because we already had the space cleaned out. He was ecstatic. The guy that came over and delivered, he was very excited that when he walked in and saw a clean space, and he's like, oh, this is going to be easy. And so they got right in and they got them hooked up for us, and they didn't have to move the old ones. They didn't have to clean up underneath, which I assumed that they wouldn't. That's why I wanted them moved out sooner, because I knew it had to be nasty under there, and I didn't want anybody else to see my nasty under my washer and dryer. Can you imagine all the stuff that you know, just gets shoved up underneath there, or floats up underneath when you sweep? And yeah, anyway. So then we did yard work all day. And I even ran the weed eater. Notice that's a girl. I didn't print him out, but you know he didn't. I mean, I have me cutting grass and me weed eating, but he was on the big mower, and I have that one. But I only got half of the backyard weed eated and mowed, and then I had to cry uncle because I was done. So he had to finish. So, but I'm giving myself credit for trying, because that's a lot. Okay, so I think some of this is obviously going to have to go in a tag, and the reason why I made this big is so that I could put it in a pocket. I don't think I'm going to worry about the blank background right here, and this may end up going over here. I'm not sure. I don't know that I need Lowe's and the Lowe's delivery guy. This I need on here because then later on that night, we took, after we had worked in the yard all day and he was exhausted, I was exhausted. Well, we got in the pool and cooled down, and then we came in and I probably took another nap, y'all. I never used to nap, but I have been just on a nap kick. I fell asleep last night after we got home, or yesterday evening. Just right there on the couch, just boom, fell right asleep. Okay, let's see. Well, I really liked that, but I don't think I want to use that again. We could use Hello Today. Those are a little tall. Oh, I think I just jostled you. I'm sorry. But I have plenty of, I have blank. I forgot I had these. I had gotten these at Dollar Tree not that long ago. I have plenty of notepads and things that I can use for tags. I never did find my July. You know, I have one for every month. I never did find my July one. It'll turn up in August, which will be fine because I probably still won't be done with my July journal, although I'm trying. I kind of like this one. Here's the plan. So let's take one of those off. If not, we'll just use the plain white. Oh, you know what? I might have to use more than one. Or I can use an actual tag. Gee, do we dare go on the tag hunt again? These are just very thin. Elizabeth at Never Hopeless by Elizabeth, she'll glue 2 of them back to back. And I could do that. I mean, that certainly would work. But I kind of like that. And then, but I'm going to need something because all this is not going to fit, right? Obviously, clearly, all of this is not going to fit. I do, however, like her right here. I like her on that. That goes down into it like that. I like her there. Now, here's the plan now. And then I could put later, I could put this. And then I use all my writing space. I could put, I can do a lot of things. I can do this. It's going to cover up, the tag is going to cover up the number. I'm 90% sure I'm not going to ink this page or put any color on it because I think it's going to have enough stuff on it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this down as a pocket and just make that decision because we don't have time for ink and whatnot now. And I don't know that I could decide on an ink color if I had to. And I don't want to get out my distress inks again. I mean, I can. They're all nicely snuggled on my wall. I think I meant to put that over a little bit. But I don't want to shift it because then it shortens your pocket. Right? If you move the glue. Okay. So I like that. And I like her right here. I do know that. Okay. So that's a definite. I could put the Lowe's delivery right here for the washer and dryer. That would work. That's appropriate. So let's do that. We get rid of those 2 clip art. They're still not printables. I don't have my printables. Wait a minute, that wasn't what I wanted to glue. This is what I wanted to glue. But the guys were great. I mean, they worked so quick, and one of them was like, I was just here. He said a couple months ago, but we were like, no, it's been a year ago because we got a refrigerator. We've been trying to save up, and all of our appliances were nearing the 20-year mark. I mean, it doesn't seem like that long ago, but we've been in this house for 10 years, and we got all new appliances when we moved in, remodeled the last house, and we lived in the last house for 10 years. So I don't know about your math, but my math says that's pretty darn close to 20 years. So it was time to start replacing some of the, you know, they hadn't completely gone out, but okay, so I like that. Now, I'm tempted to put that here. I don't like my number blocked. You know what I'm saying? I like it to be visible, but that does kind of leave just a plain, it's okay. It can be a plain white background. So let's put this over here. And then we can just put swimming back here. I mean, that gets kind of marked, or not marked off, but I could use another, I don't need another pocket. What I need is another, let's see, let's look. I'm thinking what I need. That's not going to match. Oh, I could put this on. That's what I meant to use on the previous page. I'll use that one too. Okay. I'm looking for a little bit brighter colors now. Have that, but it's not. I love it. Oh, I need a printable. That's what I need. I could use my Karopi. No. Nah. You won't even get to see it. What is this one? That's not horrible. It has some of the colors in it. Or I could use plain white. The plain white would be fine. Ooh, I see my pen, which means that I left my art glitter glue open. So how are y'all doing? I hope that, although I'm, all things considered, I'm pleased. Yeah, see, that matches that page. All things considered, I'm not doing that bad in my journal. Now, I don't have to have both of these, and I don't like that they're facing the same way. I wish I had flipped one of them. I could do this. Let's go ahead and glue those down so I don't change my mind on that, because I'm pretty sure that's where I want them. And I don't want to give myself the option to change my mind. And I need it to quit falling off this page, because that drives me crazy, because it's kind of curled from the ink on the previous page. And it drives me crazy when all of it slides around and you're trying to see if stuff fits, and you know what I'm saying? Okay, so we got that on there. So the only thing we don't have on is our little swimmers, and I can put this one up here, and I can put the swimmers, and then I can put this down here, and I can even put this right here. And then what I was thinking was a little journaling card. I'm going to end up not using these, y'all. I could tip it in. That's not my favorite, but I only did 2 white and blue ones. I mean, blue and... I only did 2 red, white, and blue. Let me try that again. The other one that I have is just blue with anchors on it. And I don't know if I've already used it or what, but I don't see... Oh, I could use this right here. That's right. I did do this one. And that would look okay. And I could have this glued under here like that. And then this one had the little bit of hidden journaling underneath it. I like that. Okay. So let's glue her down. Oh, I still need a printable though. Eek. Let's look through the printables real quick. I was hoping to get 3 pages done again today, but... And was this the day that I had... No. I was thinking this was the day that I had the, I mean, I have little oh, I know what else I have. Let's see. I'm not letting you look. I still have all of these. I still have some borders. I still have, these are my free printables. I have that little journaling spot right there. We didn't get to watch much TV, but that TV is from Elizabeth. And then I never did use this one. But these are not all my printables. These were just ones that had to do with 4th of July. So I could use the Chicka Boom Boom, which is cute. I can't believe I haven't used that yet. But that doesn't give me a writing space. So let me, oh. Here we go. I have 2 writing spaces right here. Was this the night that we did? No, we didn't. The next night was, I'm not sure why I got cut off, but the only part that you missed was me cutting out. I found laundry baskets. This is a printable from Brooke from August from 2020. And I figured the laundry basket was perfect for this day because this was the day we got our new washer and dryer. So I was talking about how cute that would look sitting up on top of that tag, kind of like that little thing of folded clothes. So that was the only thing that you missed. And I'm going to glue this girl up here. I think that, well, let's glue her straight. Okay. Sort of. I think I even talked about this, using this. And I'm going to have her right here and then this right here. Now, I was debating on putting some washi here or here. I don't know. This just looks kind of bland in the background, but I need to be okay with white space. This one can be tipped in and you could use all the sides. You could use all of it, or you can glue it straight in and then just use the front and then the 2 sides right here, which is all I'm going to need. I don't need it to be tipped in. So I'm going to do that, but I'm trying to decide if I want to use some washi before I do that. I was showing you all my, what's left of my printables from 4th of July. I did not have ice cream. I cannot tell a lie. I have this one. I think it would go. I mean, it matches this page. I would have to run it underneath that Saturday at this point. I think it feels like it needs something on the edge of the page is all I'm, I'm not struggling with it. I'm just contemplating my options here. Just to give it some separation from the page before. So let's do that. And pardon my reach across the, I tried to reach around you. I don't know how successful I was at that, but anyway. Nevertheless, I'm going to glue this down. So I'm going to glue the back. Oop. Okay, don't get it on the other sides. But I love these little writing spaces. And I'm even going to overlap the washi just a little bit. I want to put it, boy, that's stuck. I mean, like, quicker than I thought it was going to. Because I wanted to scoot it up right underneath the grass cutting girl. And I got a little bit of glue right here. That's okay. So I wanted to make sure that I had room for these 2 things. And then I think that's the day. And then I think that's the video. Because, oh, I got to glue my laundry basket up here. let me glue her on here first. Oh, I haven't glued down the swimmers wherever they went. That is the best way to cool down when we've been working outside, is just go in and jump in the pool. And honestly, there are days like yesterday we were working, no, day before yesterday, Saturday. Today is Monday. I'm hoping to have this out today. But now that I have to edit it and piece it together, I don't know if it will, but I'm going to try. That kind of blends in, but that's representing we took the dryer to my friend's house that night. And then let me put a little bit of glue just on this bottom portion of this laundry basket, because I want it to fit right there because it matches and it's so cute. And I like the stuff sticking up off the top of my pockets. I don't know if that's a new thing for me lately. So, oh, swimmers. Where'd my swimmers go? That could have been the other thing I slung on the floor. Let me see if they're in here. I just put that in here just in case I needed more writing space. And it also covers up that background a little bit. Yeah, I think I lost my swimmers. But I was actually going to put them right here. Come here, little swimmers. Where'd you go? Because I can't make this part long, because I've got to merge them together. I slung some stuff on the floor a minute ago, and I thought that I got one of them. I also was going to give you a sneak peek. Well, I'll put the swimmers, just pretend they're swimmers here or here. Whenever I find them, I will put them on. And I didn't feel the need to put the Lowe's thing on again because I already have Lowe's delivery. So that can go in my envelopes as extra clip art. Okay, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of my book choices for August. You know my colors. We just went over that. Kind of these bright gold, yellow gold, and this burnt orange or kind of orangish red, and the teal. Anyway, you get the idea. So I found this one, and this matches. I looked for every book that I had that had orange in it. This has some really cute images in it as well. I need to start using some of the images out of these books. But I found this one, The Way of the World. It's kind of summer appropriate because it has a flower and a kite and a fishing pole and like a picnic basket. That one is okay. I love the images. I am definitely going to use some of the images from here. So, I don't know why my phone cut off a minute ago, but anyway. But then I have this one. And I really love, you saw the sunshines I drew. I really love this sunshine. It says health for all, which I probably would cover. I don't know. I may not, but this one I would have to widen the spine, I think, which is not a problem. I can do it. I know how to do it. I just choose not to do it for a monthly journal. If it's a junk journal or a journal that you're going to use for several months, then that's fine. I just try not to do it if possible, just for a monthly journal, because it is a lot to do. It adds some time to the journal. But this one actually was from my school, my elementary school that I went to, and I probably used this book at some point. It doesn't have a checkout. Let's see, what is the date on it? 65. It's a Scott Forsman and Company, which is real common for the look at these yellowish pages, and then it has not yellowish pages. I love all these images. So this, oh, look at the bunny. That's cute. So I would use a few of these pages out of here, but not all of them, because I'd want to use the images. I'd rather cut I mean, like I would use like these pages, But I like to cut out the images and then glue them down, not use them as my background, if that makes sense. I don't want to use, if I use too cute a backgrounds, I won't want to use the book, cover them up. So this one is way too big. This one is probably 11, yeah, it's 11 inches tall by 8.5. This is too big, but it certainly has a bunch of images in here. They're very big images, but anyway, I ought to use that one for our birthday party yesterday. But anyway, oh look, the sunshine. Anyway, I thought I would show you and let you kind of vote. If you hung with me to the end, which one would you use? Mirrors and Images, The Way of the World. This one I don't think is a viable option. I think it's too big for a monthly journal, so I'm not going to put that one in the equation. Or this Health for All. I haven't decided. I haven't pulled my fabric yet, and I would clean this up. But I'm really loving that sunshine on that book. Anyway, so let me know what you think about those books for August. And we got 2 pages done, and we have some purple ruffles sticking out of our primarily red, white, and blue book, which is kind of funny. But hey, red and blue makes purple, right? So, all right, I like how that page turned out. I can write here, all the things. I'm talking too long. And then we're going to start. I'm probably, I was putting my days and numbers, the rest of the book, I got them all numbered, and then I'm only going to probably have time for maybe one more July journal with me video, because I'm determined to get my August journal made. So I might squeeze out 1 or 2 more journal with me videos, but I have like 10 days to finish journaling. So I know I'm not going to get them all done. But if I have everything cut out and ready to go, I could do another 3-page video. Yeah, I've got 11 days to do. And oh, it's not. Today's the 20. No, it's not. I'm looking at June. Today's the 28th. I don't know that I have time for 2 more, but we'll see. I'll include you on as much of it as I can. And I still have to go back and do all my writing and everything. And I never did put anything on the front of this journal. So, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope that you are all having a wonderful day. And let me know which book you think I should use. And I didn't give you the measurements of these. Maybe I should do that. This one is not quite 9 inches tall. This is 8 3/4 inch tall by... the pages would be about 7 inches. So it would be similar to, no, it'd be wider than this one. Okay. So I'm not sure how that would mean some Franken pages, wouldn't it? And then these are about the same size. I think they are 9 3/4, 9.5 by 7.5. So these are quite big, a good bit bigger, see, than my current journal. So anyway, all right, let me know what you think. This one is shorter, so I'd have to get used to that. But let me know what you think, and I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day. Bye.